Hi guys, Flatmeister here. Oh, I got a good one. I got a good one for you today. It's gonna be good. Rock, paper, shotgun can't handle a game with sex. A game about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Oh, this is fucking hilarious. I saw an archived article from Rock, Paper, Shotgun of a game called House Party. The article was by John Walker. I think I mentioned him on my last video about Old Man Murray, and apparently how that he always reminisces about Old Man Murray, and that it reminds him to do a good job. Well, seems old John Walker here still isn't doing a good job. So you could consider maybe not playing House Party. Wow, okay. Let's make this clear. Of course there's nothing wrong with games about sex, nor games about people trying to pair up with others to have sex. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with games being used to turn someone on. He goes, rather than saying, but... he pretty much still says that. What remains the case is that it's absolutely fine to criticise such games for being utterly terrible at it, and indeed comment on their representations of people. Yeah, no one said you can't criticise this game. To loudly point out that a game is such a misogynistic pile of shit is not to call for it to be banned, but simply to observe the fact. Everyone good with that? Great. Well, so you know how this article's going to go. I'm not going to read the article verbatim. I've seen some clips of I saw PewDiePie play House Party on his channel, and it looks really funny. I think it's still in early access on Steam. And he goes on to say, House Party is, if nothing else, a fascinating exploration of a certain type of male mind. It's the type of male mind that sees women as goals to be conquered rather than autonomous individuals, and believes that manipulated suitably, all women will want to see your inside of your underpants. Has it occurred to you that maybe the developer is doing this like as a sort of social commentary on the ridiculousness of house parties and fraternity parties? This game is pretty much American Pie the simulator. So the game involves basically you arrive at a house party, and you do different quests for all of the various female guests at the party. There's two other guys that are drinking away. There's a big muscly jock type douchebag called Frank, who beats you up no matter what, it seems. So yeah, all of these different women you can interact with. You have different quests to do to eventually bed them. It goes on to say, it's a terrible game. It's a terrible game. Movement is ghastly, textures, and some of the women's faces aren't animated properly. Oh, to the meat and bones of the articles that you've been waiting for. Prepare to get triggered. The result is a game where women are portrayed in the most insulting ways imaginable. Feeble simpletons who will get their tits out if you can only get their idiot little minds to recognise how awesome and manly of a guy you are. And heck, if you can't imagine that, you can always press P to get your penis out and show it to people. And again, here we go. He's trying to diminish and belittle the fact that someone's created this game. That when it gets to the sex act, it says, "Good grief! If I wanted to see some sex, I can just Google it, and then it wouldn't be badly drawn cartoons." God. Oh, John Walker, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Oh, here we go. He goes, "I think a lot of people assume that us liberal press types, yeah, you fucking elitist cunts is what you are. You're fucking gatekeepers to the industry, and that's why your sites are dying, because people have cottoned on. They're not visiting your sites and your clickbaity articles anymore. You're dying. You're a fucking dying breed. You're fucking outdated." So he goes, "I think a lot of people assume that us liberal press types, us social justice warriors," yes, he's admitted that he's a SJW, "hate sex games. That," oh, in brackets, "that rock, paper, shotgun has extensively covered the topic both positively and negatively, doesn't seem to change this perception." "But it's invariably because the games themselves are just plain awful. This is atrocious. That it's also stupendously sexist and depressing is the poisonous icing on a manure cake." How very constructive criticism you're providing there, John Walker. You know. "But yes, it's a stupendously sexist and depressing, a sort of unaware failure of an alpha male simulator." Like I said, it's not an alpha male simulator, it's American Pie, the simulator. "And that's a shame. A game in which you meet funny, smart characters, find things in common, talk maturely, and have that result in hookups at a party. That sounds a pretty good idea for a sex game. This, however, is not it." Ah, fucking Puritan people can't fucking stand a bit of sex. You just, "Oh, we can't stand this." He's intentionally created a game he's exploring this thing. Oh, this really fucking pisses me off when these journalists do this, these SJWs. Just because a developer explores a theme doesn't mean that they are endorsing that theme. Some people got pissy and mad at Ken Levine when he made Bioshock Infinite, calling him a racist. Calling him out because, "Oh, how dare you have this content in the game. Oh, you've treated the whole thing with the Vox Populi, the oppressed becoming the oppressors." And Sarkeesian even complained about this, that, "Oh, you've not explored this you've not done this properly." I'm like, why is a developer not allowed to create something that explores an idea, not necessarily something that the creator endorses or believes in that said theme? See, that's the problem with SJWs. They want games to be propaganda rather than entertainment, telling unique immersive stories and with unique characters, exploring mature themes. That's what makes a cool game. That's what makes a memorable game. You SJWs want propaganda. I mean, the fact you have Jonathan McIntosh going full Macintosh. "Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! I think we've gone full Macintosh!" Oh, I've got to clean my pants. Full Macintosh, he when Deus Ex Mankind Divided came out, and he started a Twitter dispute with the voice actor of Adam Jensen, Elias Tufexis. I think I pronounced his name right. Right, Elias? Can you tell me if I... Tufexis? Elias. They had a dispute on Twitter, and basically Full Macintosh was going full Macintosh and basically saying that games with multiple branching storylines or possibilities, that a game shouldn't have he was basically saying that a game shouldn't encourage you to do bad things, that you can't have bad, the game shouldn't reward you for bad, or even have bad, to be able to play an evil character, or a morally ambiguous character. The game should be telling you a story in which this is morally right. By Phil Macintosh. By the power invested in me! Well, you don't work for Anita anymore, do you? Why have you forsaken me, Saint Anita? Oh, cry me a river. Yeah, you got in a dispute. I always wonder if Phil Macintosh blocked Elias. But I'm getting off track. Like I said, SJWs aren't. You're not creative. You want games to be propaganda rather than just being creative and exploring themes. Well, this I'd love to play House Party if I had a decent gaming PC, which I'm hoping to save up for and get, and start being able to stream stuff like that. Don't nag me, Switchpoint. I know you said you showed me a link. Like this comment here. By Derek. They paid a woman to say, "The more fucked up I get, the more horny I get. Gosh, I sound like such a slut. Tee hee hee. You can totally look up my skirt. I love how some men think they can go to a house and give a girl a can of whipped cream and some wine, okay, and she'll just take off her clothes if they ask, and yet simultaneously, if they have to make or play a game about interacting with women because they can't do it in real life. I wonder if those two things are related." Oh, the good old gamers, male gamers can't get real sex or get a girlfriend. What, the old insulting the male sexuality? That's fucking pathetic. Sound like a fucking school kid. "Oh, what's the matter? You can't get a girlfriend? Oh, what's the matter? You're a virgin or something?" Fiction doesn't have to always be realistic or depict your worldview of things, or only behaviour that you approve of. But I have to be a violent criminal. If I was to enjoy reading, books about crime, where the first person, protagonist is a murderer, or even Dexter, where's that nurtured and inspired a generation of serial killers. Oh, you gotta love Steam reviews though. Steam reviews are funny. People are so creative. I mean, like this one here. "I have beaten my schmeat to this game 4 times within the 2 hours I've played it, so I would recommend this for a quick slap of the dolphin." This fucking appeals to my fetishes. 10 out of 10 would fiddle my fiddler again. These are the kind of devs that need support. I'm right. The devs that cater to the everyday needs of a man. Hell yeah. There's other people saying, "An adult college house party simulator." Exactly. The gameplay involves going to a house party, flirting with girls, and trying to get them to sleep with you. It's almost like this game is kind of based on some forms of reality, based on observed behaviour of other people or people's experiences, and then they've told the developer, or maybe the developer has observed this himself and experienced these things in house parties. Did that fucking occur to you, John Walker? But this game, there's an option in the settings to censor the nudity or not. It's not like this is a completely obscene game. Basically, this game is, you know, almost self-aware. It's a parody of the, you know, fraternity culture, you know, the house party culture. How come movies such as Bad Neighbours can exist? You know, and you got what's her name? Chloe Moretz Grace, is that her name? You got, you know, movies like that. American Pie. This is American Pie Simulator. Like, imagine a game, imagine the game that John Walker is wanting in his mind. Yeah. Going up to characters. One time in band camp, I heard someone say a microaggression, so I called them up on it. One time in band camp, I heard someone say a sexist joke, so I stormed through the crowd and called them out on it. Because I'm a white knight for women. Respect the women, as Pewd says. Respect them women. I'm so triggered. What do you guys think? You know, has the developer of House Party gone too far? Do you think this game deserves to exist? That's a stupid question, I know. Does this game deserve to exist? Do you think it should tone down its sexual content, or that pretty much undermines the whole purpose of the game? You know, let me know what you think in the comment section. You know, I'm Flatmeister. Don't forget to do all the stuff you know what to do on YouTube. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you. Oh, and since we're talking about the treatment of women and representation and the sexual objectification of women in gaming, oh, the hypocrisy. Just to finish this show off with the hypocrisy and the double standards of Anita Sarkeesian. Oh, what's new? She's tweeted out, all excited, tweeted a link to this. We're going live right now to date some dreamy dads in Dream Daddy. Come watch. You know, she's basically implying that objectifying men. It fucking make me laugh. Like, she's probably going to pull the old power plus privilege equals no. How does the fucking equation go? Pulling that old equation out of her ass, or probably say, oh well, women have been oppressed for a millennia, so you can't be sexist to men, you can't objectify men because men institutionally have all the power. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. Didn't Postal, like the game Postal, you could pull your dick out and piss on people? And like that was seen as fucking hilarious. But John Walker, you're pissing and moaning that, oh, you can press P to pull penis out. Press B to blow. B to blow. W to wank. Well, yeah, you wouldn't be able to use the WASD keys, would you, to move about? like I said, you know, Postal, you could pull your dick out and piss on people, and yet you can't bring your mind to muster the energy to understand that, oh my god, this game, you can pull your penis out and show people at the party. Again, that's almost like that kind of shit happens at parties where you drink and you get absolutely hammered. You get pissed. People fucking streak Skinny dip. Fucking hell. Oh. It's so funny.
So funny.
Oh, the penultimate paragraph cracks me up. He goes, it's more than just a multiple path story though. Players can create their own custom stories within the framework of these characters in the house, and if you subscribe to the developer's Patreon, you can download custom stories from their forum. Presumably Steam Workshop is desired, but the game is already pushing its luck with what's normally allowed on Steam. You too could create your own desperately sad little wank fantasy, rather than, you know, just having a wank. Although the possibility for trolling this whole thing with a story in which the female characters surprise the player by giving him extended lectures on feminist theory does seem quite tempting. Once again, you can't keep your fucking politics out of a fucking game article. And also, why are you making it out like this game is only designed just for straight men? Maybe straight women would enjoy playing this game for lols. You know, or even crafting this narrative that this game is designed for straight men. This game is let's play bait. This is let's player bait. You know, this is the kind of game that is good for a bunch of let's players to play, you know, and post on their YouTube channels. This stuff is designed purely for you know, over the top reactions and stuff like that. And again, this stupid pettiness, like, oh, you could create your own little fank fantasy, or you could just, you know, get some lube and, you know, strangle the purple-headed yogurt thrower. Purple helmeted yogurt thrower. Oh god. Or was it Monday Matt says the 5 knuckle shuffle. Oh god. Maybe, you know, maybe people aren't playing the game for sexual titillation. Maybe it's just for a fun, you know, just to, it's silliness. It's fucking silliness. I don't know why you craft this fucking narrative. You're so fucking stupid and pathetic and petty. Yeah, the game has clunky controls. Yes, the game has weird facial animations. Yes, the game is weird that you got 2 disembodied hands floating in the air. Because it's made by one person. This is a fucking small indie developer. The game is in early access. Of course those things aren't going to be fine-tuned and patched and updated yet, because he's still fucking working on the game. God. Here, John Walker, I've got a little surprise for you. Oh, it's a bit green. You think that's a bit green? What am I supposed to do with this? Oh, not near the laptop.